I bet you're loving this. You're nothing but a coward, Devante. Do you hear me? You're a coward. That man took something precious from this family. I plan to take something precious from his family. Alan, what do you plan to do? I'm going to take Theodosius's palace away from him. Benedict. Not now, Mom. Yes, now. Do you see where your drinking is leading you to? If it weren't for me bailing you out of jail, you'd be spending the night in a cell. Guess you'd like me to thank you. I'd like you to see that you need help, because I refuse to watch you self-destruct with my very eyes. What on earth would possess you to attack Devante Torres? Are you sure that you don't need to go to a hospital? I'm good, Pacho. I'll hand it to Ben. He knows how to throw hands, but he didn't hit me that hard. I do thank you for standing in between me and Ben. If you weren't there, then I don't think I'd be alive right now. What do you mean you want to be alive, Dad? What happened? Have Isabel and Ulissa already moved in? Yes, they have. Dad, are you sure that it's a good idea to have them both at the estate? Of course it's a good idea. She's not responsible for her husband's actions. In fact, she's disgusted by them and moved out of Theodosius's palace because of it. Isabel is an old friend who needed help. But she's more than an old friend. She's your ex. Isabel is still married to Devante, no matter how disgusted she is with him. Having her and her daughter at the estate seems a bit risky since we're trying to obtain Theodosius's palace. Where have you been, Jeremiah? You're not gonna like it, but I went to the Russo estate to confront Isidore. You did what? When I pleaded with you not to do that? I understand your frustration, Shelley, but I needed to know if they were behind that strange letter. Come to find out, they weren't. Isn't it clear why I would want to rip Devante Torres apart? Not really. I get that Devante took Elvira's life and that you're back on the bottle. It's kind of hard to weigh out your thought process today. I can't give you a solid answer. Maybe not. But you will tell me what made you snap because you've been on the bottle for over a month and knew what Devante did since the year began. I want to know what finally made you snap, Ben. Don't worry about it, Nichelle. No, your sister needs to know. Know what? I experienced Ben Russo's drunk rage, especially on my face. Oh my goodness. Are you okay, Dad? I am. If it weren't for your brother, then my face would most likely be rearranged. Am I supposed to say thanks? Besides, what happened to Ben? Has he been arrested? Yes, and I'll be pressing charges. Father, I still don't think that's necessary. Why not, Pacho? Do you want the person who attacked Dad to get away with what he did? All we need to do is be careful around Isabel and her daughter. Besides, she's trying to avoid me at all costs. Is that what you want? Excuse me? I'm only asking as a kid with divorced parents. You would never dare ask Mom to move back in if she were in any trouble. As for Isabel, you basically held the door open for her. What are you implying, Alan? I just want to make sure that your feelings don't get in the way of making sure that we get control of Theodosius's palace. How are you so sure that Isidore was telling the truth? He didn't have to convince me. Now I'm confused. When I confronted him, I got a text message. What sort of text message? I'm gonna assume that it came from the person who sent the letter. This time, they wanted to take back what we supposedly took from them. They've got your number? This is getting too concerning, Jeremiah. Now, will you agree to call the police? I'm not dealing with this. Tough luck, Ben. From what I've been told, when I bailed you out, Devontae still plans to press charges. To avoid any prison time, you're gonna have to give a judge a good reason to let you go easy. Fine. I was angry when I found out that Harley would be defending Devontae. I don't know what Harley was thinking when she made that decision. I'm not happy that she did, and no one in the family is happy about it, especially since she's still defending Max. But we can't just go on beating on people. You need to learn to get a hold of your emotions, and you can't do that when you're on the bottle. I'm already worried about Max's case. I don't need to worry about both of my children facing prison time. So, you're not stressed about your divorce with Dad? Nichelle, all I really care about is moving past what happened today. Well, I'm not. Not when I'm the one who Ben attacked. Besides, if it weren't for him, then I wouldn't be facing these bogus charges. That man is reckless and he needs to face accountability. I don't think he'll face it the legal way, Father. His mother is the district attorney, remember? Who says that the law would be the only way to make him pay? What do you mean by that? When have you known me to mix my personal feelings with business? That's your Zio's issue. And you can honestly tell me that you don't care how Isabel would feel when we take control of Theodosius' palace? You let me worry about that, Alan. Dad, I want to trust you, but I can't take the risk. This is more than a business acquisition. This is our way of making Devontae pay for taking Elvira's life. I would go to the police, but I don't feel like we have enough to file a formal complaint. Whoever is sending these messages are threatening our family. I get that, Shelley, but at the moment, they're just words. I'm not willing to take the risk to witness the threats come to life. Don't get me wrong. I don't take it lightly, but whoever is threatening us would take a huge risk doing something in person. At the moment, the kids are feeling some peace. I don't want to disrupt that, especially when it seems like JJ is getting the hang of this schizophrenia diagnosis. So how are we going to get these threats to stop? Funny that you mentioned that. Your grandmother came to see me in my office earlier today. What did Nona tell you? Surprisingly, she gave me words of encouragement. Ben, I understand that I'm the one who created issues with your father. But after speaking with Clarice, I'm not willing to give up. Are you telling me that you're not gonna sign the divorce papers? Sorry, I should have been more specific. I meant what goes around comes around. So if Ben doesn't get in trouble with the law, then karma's gonna get him? Exactly. You don't have to remind me what's at risk. There's no reason for you to worry. Okay, Dad. I'll trust you. I'll trust that whatever feelings you have for Isabel Torres won't get in the way of taking over Theodosius' palace. The best thing is to ignore the letters and the text and make sure not to react to them. What if this person is dangerous? Wouldn't they be angry if we wouldn't respond? If this person becomes a clear threat, then we'll go to the police. Right now, we just have to pray that they won't be. We just need to live life as normal and not worry the kids.